Right, what's up everybody? It's Saturday night, one more sleep until the Reds are back in action. It's been a busy day of Premier League action today. I'm your host Craig, welcome to the Anfield Agenda. We've got lots to get through tonight. It's an early start for us, for those of you watching live, it's an early start. I decided to come on half an hour early. I got my shit together today, got stuff done a little bit earlier, and I said, hey, why not start the stream a little bit earlier, get myself an extra half an hour of sleep before this ridiculously early kickoff. I do hate a 12pm kickoff, ladies and gents. 12pm, come on a Sunday. Oh, it's just not right. It's just not right, 12pm on a Sunday. As KLOPP said, get your ass to bed at 10 o'clock tonight. Although if you could wait till half 10, quarter to 11 till we're finished, that would be sound. How is everybody? Great to see you all in. Great to see so many of you making the trip this Saturday. Making a trip to your computers, to your phone, whatever it might be. But I do appreciate your time, folks. Kyle is in, Sebastian's in, Andrew Robertson's in, Joy is in, Easy LFC Manny, Ted Hutton, the Revenite, Joshua, Sebastian, Yaya Cup. Who else have we got? Calvin Hamilton, Paul Turner, Tom Boland, Imran. I think I've covered everybody. How are we? How the hell are we? Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Hope you enjoyed the football today. Hope you enjoyed the rugby if that's your thing. If you're Welsh, it must have been a good day for you. Grand Slam on, just have to beat the Irish. Best of luck with that one. Lots to get through, guys. I hope you're keeping well. Right, much respect right back to you, mate. How are you? Great to see you in, Saif, as well. Lots of people popping in to say hello. I hope you're all keeping well. Look, guys, let's all start off the stream by everybody getting together in a big circle and having a laugh at Spurs. Ah, Spurs, the club that just keep on giving. The club that just keep on giving. TB, how are you, sir? Spurs, championship challengers a few weeks ago, and now look at them fighting to stay in the top four. Oh, how a few weeks can change things, as we know only too well. But you know what? We're still right up there at the top of the table. Spurs, the gift that keeps on giving. The perennial bottlers, the club that just... flatter to deceive. I can't even get the sentence out. Flatter to deceive every single season. If Manchester United beat Arsenal tomorrow, they're level on points with Spurs. If Chelsea win their 2 games in hand, they go ahead of Spurs. Remember Spurs, the team that were being talked about by the pundits and many people, the media, as title challengers a few weeks ago? They were doing really well till Harry Kane came back, and now Dele Alli's back and it all went tits up. They go to Southampton and lose 2-1. I don't know where to start with. There's so much fun to be had here. Brian, I understand, mate. KLOPP's instructions, be in bed by 10 o'clock. That's alright, mate. You do you. But I know you're off for an early flight tomorrow, which is brilliant as well. Heading over to the game, mate. Enjoy it. Weather's not going to be great by the looks of it. Fuck Spurs, said Stephen Richard. Indeed, mate. Stephen Morgan, how are we? I'm a Manchester United fan. Welcome to the stream, mate. Great to have you with us. I know Watford had no chance, but to rest 7 players is ridiculous. Look, I've said this before. I'm going to keep saying it. Don't worry about what Manchester City do. We have to hope that they drop points, but were they ever going to lose or drop points at home to Watford? I said it all week. I just couldn't see it coming. If they're going to drop points, I'm looking at the game at Old Trafford. Perhaps the game that they have at home. Is it against Spurs in the league? Or maybe one of their away games. Maybe a little trip to Newcastle might be difficult for them, but... Or is it Newcastle? Have they gone to Newcastle? I can't even remember at this point. That's how little attention I pay to Manchester City's fixtures. For us guys, it's all about Liverpool. And tomorrow, 12pm, the Reds are back in action against Burnley. I want to know your thoughts on team selection. I want to know your thoughts on score predictions. I want to know your thoughts on the Premier League race. I want to know your thoughts on everything Liverpool related. What else have we got? Spurs and PSG in the Champions League round of 16. Imagine... we've a game in hand next week. Well, we don't have a game in hand, but we do play next week, of course. No games for a lot of Premier League clubs. I think Arsenal have no game. I'm not sure if United, I think, have no game. Manchester City have no game. So yes, it is a chance for us to go back on top of the table next week if we get points tomorrow, of course, and then we win that one. But look, there's a long way to go. The Reds have a massive game coming up now over the next week. A game against Burnley tomorrow, a game against Bayern Munich on Wednesday, and then a game against Fulham to finish up the week before the international break next week. Lots to get through, guys. How are we all feeling out there? If it helps, I'm wearing a Man United top. I don't care. Imran, if Man United help us, I'm not wearing a Manchester United top, mate. I will say well done and thank you, but I ain't wearing no Manchester United top. Hey Craig, play KEITA instead of Henderson tomorrow. Also Liverpool have to keep winning. 100% on both of those, Chris. I agree with your thoughts on KEITA. I agree with your thoughts on us having to keep winning. Pochettino, what's this one? Hang on. Pochettino's gone for a job at PSG. He doesn't like to get trophies. Do you know what? It's going to be interesting. There's going to be a bit of a managerial merry-go-round. You've got the Madrid job coming up, and it looks like they're going to try and get Jose Mourinho into the end of the season there. We've seen Ranieri take up the job at Roma this week as well. West Bromwich Albion got sacked their manager today as well. So look, there's some managerial vacancies coming up. My prediction tomorrow, said Calvin Hamilton, is 3-1 to the mighty Reds. Guys, reminder, start of the stream. Welcome to everybody that's in. If you're new to the stream, guys, please do hit that subscribe button. As you can see, we're inching towards 10,000 subscribers. I'd love to do it this week. The channel's 1 year old next Wednesday. I would love to do it for that. For that celebration, hopefully, of the Reds going through against Bayern Munich. I'm going balls out for this one. I'm saying we're going to do it. That's how confident I am. I believe in this group, this manager, these boys. So yeah, if you can, guys, please do hit that subscribe button and of course drop a like on the stream. I'm confused as to whether the first Sterling goal was the right decision. Honestly, Demolade, I haven't seen the goals yet, mate. I'm going to record match of the day. I'm going to watch them back later on. I haven't had a chance to see any of the goals from today. I didn't even watch the Manchester City game. I actually watched Barcelona playing. That's how little I gave a shit about the Manchester City result because it can't affect it. Wenger or Mourinho? Wenger for me, Billy. I would have Wenger. I just don't like Jose Mourinho, mate. He's just toxic. We'll get to the De Ligt stuff. Don't worry about that, mate. We've got that for you as well to get through. Look, we all wondered what the hell's been going on with Naby KEITA. We all wondered what the hell's been going on with Sheridan Shaqiri. Some people were asking if there was a row between Klopp and Shaqiri. Some people were asking why we're not seeing more of Naby KEITA yet. Well, look, the gaffer has been talking about this, folks. Now, bear with me as I read this, because this is going to take a little while to get through. Jurgen Klopp's been talking and he said, is it about our situation in training? It's what's needed individually for the next opponent. That's all that we can think about. We don't stick to one formation or the other. Sometimes it's more possible and sometimes it's possible for different reasons. Sometimes we don't have the sessions, then it's more difficult to offer something. It's all part of the decision making. It's just that we have to think about a lot of things before a game. We play quite a few teams with really good set pieces, stuff like that. We needed to make sure that we had the right lineup and set up for that. Naby is actually in a good moment and has trained really well. It's only been the last 3 games. He didn't play too much. The team's in a good moment and we feel it's difficult for things working out well in midfield for us to make changes. If we play the same system that we usually play most of the time, then there are only 3 positions in midfield. Somebody's got to miss out, but that's all good. They're all fit and we can use them all. It's similar with Shaqiri. He had a little injury and was out for Bournemouth. That was something with his back and he needed a little time. I remember the moment when he got that injury. He won a heading challenge in the sideline. His body wasn't used to that. It affected him. Now, with the lineup and the system that we have, it wasn't difficult, but we have to change a little bit if Shaqiri is playing. For the last few games, we didn't do that. He's fully fit now. So look, nothing there. The gaffer was never going to say there was an issue. But Jurgen Klopp talking about why Naby KEITA hasn't been playing, why Shaqiri hasn't been playing. Seems as little tactical tweaks, little system things. A little bit of a niggle as well for Shaqiri with his back after winning a header. It's all good. There you go. No issues here. No problems for the manager. No problems for Shaqiri. Nothing to see here. As you can see, I went for a little nice picture there of Shaqiri and Naby KEITA having a little hug. A little hug in training, which is good to see. How much do Liverpool jerseys typically cost in the shop outside the KOPP? Same as they do anywhere else, mate. Have a look online, whatever it shows in Liverpool Club store, it's that price. I think usually about, depends on what size you are, if you're a kid or an adult, but I think about £50, something along those lines. Depends if you want numbers on the back of them, if you want badges. But whatever it shows online, mate, it's the same in the club store. I hope the fans will be up for it tomorrow, said Imran Khan. They will, buddy. They will. They'll be in there. They'll be bopping. They'll be bouncing. I can't wait. I love seeing Liverpool in action. Even though it's a 12 p.m. kickoff, we will be starting our watch along. As always, guys, at 11:30 tomorrow. Hope you can join us for that one. I'll be dragging my ass out of bed for what is to me the middle of the night, because you know I'm a lazy git. So I'll be dragging my ass out of bed to start that watch along at 11:30. Big game tomorrow for the Reds. Need to up their game now, said Michael Murray. What else we got? We need KEITA and Shaqiri. We need fast movement, fast play to be better than Bayern Munich, said Kanya, excuse me. Craig, what do you think of Spurs lately? I think they've gone downhill. Oh, Patrick, isn't it brilliant, mate? Gone downhill is an understatement. Look how far they've fallen. They are in a battle now to stay in the top 4. They've got United on their heels, they've got Chelsea on their heels, they've got Arsenal on their heels. How funny would it be if Spurs moved into that new stadium of theirs? And it's a wonderful stadium, credit to them. If they were in the Europa League, that would be, oh God, that would be fun, wouldn't it? All the banter all season from them, trying to tell us that they were rivals, trying to tell us that they were realistic challengers up there at the top of the league. The media trying to play up to this Harry Kane nonsense, and then, end of the season, and what happens? Spurs go full on Spurs and start toppling down the table. Away they go. Great, isn't it? I'm enjoying it. I don't know if you're enjoying it. Thanks for liking my comment the other day. I've no idea what that's about, but you're welcome. Does the international break help Liverpool or City more? At least it gives more time for Oxlade-Chamberlain to get back. Yeah, it's a fair point. I think both teams will probably have players coming back from injury, AJ, after the international break. Well, I think after that, it really is the race to the title then, isn't it? Because the games are going to come thick and fast. Manchester City have the FA Cup, Manchester City have the Champions League, Manchester City will have an extra Premier League game to play as well. Because let's not forget, we'll get a Premier League game in now next weekend before the international break. So they'll have 8 to play, we'll have 7 to play. If all goes well for us, we could be sitting on top of the table and they could be chasing us with a game in hand. Let's just wait and see. I know I'd always rather have the points on the board than be chasing. 1-0 against 1-0 Burnley, said Steve Morgan. There's no fucking way Burnley are beating us 1-0 at Anfield, mate. United fan or not, be fucking realistic. We haven't lost in 35 games at home in the Premier League, and you think Sean Dyche and his little band of merry fucking championship relegation fodder are going to come to... No, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen, mate. Sorry. Did you go live so early because Klopp told us to go to bed early? No, not really. Just had a bit of free time and said, you know what, let's shake it up a little bit. Because somebody said to me last night, why do you go on so late? Why do you go on at 10 o'clock? I try and get on whatever I can. Tonight I could get on a bit quicker, so I jumped on a little bit quicker. Frankie, how are you, mate? Great to see you in. What happened to Spurs? I don't know, but it's brilliant. Oh, it's so funny to look at it. Every single season they pretend like they're a decent side and then, fall back down. Hey Craig, feels a bit deflating looking at the table tonight, but looking forward to the game tomorrow. Yeah, it is. I'm not going to lie, Paul, you're right. It's a little bit deflating looking at it being 4 points behind. We win tomorrow, we're 1 point behind. We win against Fulham, we're 2 points ahead, although Manchester City have a game in hand. And then it's pressure onto them. Ale said Kane is overrated. Spurs have played way better without Kane this season. Have we let the league slip? Fuck off. No, we haven't, Jeff. No, mate, we definitely have not let the league slip. If we win our game tomorrow, we're 1 point behind City. 1 point, mate. They've got to go to Old Trafford. 1 point. Anything can happen. October's so lucky she gets to watch 3 o'clock kickoffs without opening the computer up virus by streaming. I don't know what the hell you mean there, mate. October's so lucky she gets to watch 3 o'clock kickoffs without opening the computer. Oh, yeah, because she's in America. Gotcha. Ethan, no, I've done that one already. London Bridge is falling down. It's because they fucking took the cheese room out of the stadium. I'm telling you. No cheese room and that's it. Everyone's heads are falling off. Are you still confident we'll win the league? I answer this question every single day. And until it's mathematically impossible, you're going to keep hearing me saying yes, Oliver. Because I do believe this team can do it. The end of the season is going to be difficult. Manchester City squad is going to be stretched to the fullest, as is ours. It's battle on. Let's just wait and see what happens. Any news on the UEFA City thing? Not yet. It's going to be a long time before we hear about that. The Premier League as well look like they're going to be opening an investigation, or the FA, I'm not sure which one. I think it's the Premier League, into Manchester City, and seemingly Liverpool were one of the clubs pushing for that. I read an article somewhere today. Liverpool, I think maybe Crystal Palace, and I can't remember who the other club were a bunch of the teams pushing for the Premier League to look at Manchester City's financial issues. Look, if they've got nothing to hide, then they've got nothing to hide. If they have something to hide, then I just hope it's found, and I hope that the club, the FA or the Premier League and UEFA have the balls to actually do something about it. But if they've done nothing wrong, they've done nothing wrong. But it looks like they've done something wrong. We're winning the league no matter how good City are, said Samir. Empty seats to the empty head. Do you know what, Stephen? I sent Connor a message earlier on. I turned onto the Manchester City game for... I think there might have been a break in play or something in the Barcelona game that I was watching, so I flicked over to the Manchester City game. Fucking empty seats everywhere. Empty seats inside at the halfway line and the good seats. Empty seats behind the goal. At a guess, I would say 15%, but I'm just guessing. It looked like it was about 15% maybe empty seats inside that stadium. Now, bear in mind what's going to happen tomorrow. 12 o'clock kickoff at Anfield. It's going to be a packed house. They're going to be there singing. They're going to be screaming. They're going to be getting behind their team. Manchester City are potentially on for a fucking quadruple, and they can't even fill the damn stadium. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we're supposed to believe that they've got fans all over the world under this massive juggernaut of a club. They can't sell out the damn stadium. How many home games have they got left now? 4? 5? So less and less chance for the fans to get to see them this season, and they couldn't even be arsed going to a game at 5:30 on a Saturday. And actually a wonderful time. Go to the game, get your 3 points, go into town, have a few bevies, out with your mates for the night. Sound. But no, couldn't be arsed. And yeah, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Whatever way you look at it, it's embarrassing. Top of the league, on for a possible quadruple, and can't fill the stadium yet again. It becomes extra frustrating then, doesn't it, when you're a Liverpool fan, you can't get a damn ticket to a game. Pep refuted the Juve claims. Well, he was hardly going to come out and admit them, was he? Pragmaverse, come on. I mean, he's on, as I said, he's on for a possible quadruple there with Manchester City. He's hardly going to go, well, do you know what? Hands up, I'm fucking going to Juve. Yeah, I just didn't want to say that because, you know, these fucking idiots here beside me want to win something this season. Yeah, no. I don't know what's going to go on, but I would have never have admitted him to have said anything other than it's complete nonsense. Have Chelsea got a transfer ban? As things stand, Billy, yes, they do. They've got a 2 transfer window ban. They asked could they have it postponed until their hearing was heard. They were refused that, which is very unusual. So Chelsea look like they're going to appeal that to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, citing other instances, I think, where Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona all had their bans frozen while it was investigated, or while the hearing had to take place. So I'd be amazed if they don't get one transfer window before any potential ban comes into effect, or at least until they have a hearing. And you know, I think it's only fair. As I said, I try and always be honest on here. I'm not a Chelsea fan, far from it. I don't like the club one bit, but fair is fair. Every other club that's been in their position that I can think of has had a chance to at least have their hearing before their ban takes place. So I think it's unfair if Chelsea don't have the same option. Hey Craig, what's your opinion of the first City goal against Watford? I didn't see them, Jersey boy. I haven't seen any of the Manchester City goals today, mate. I'll watch them later on tonight. I haven't had a chance. City will drop points against United, maybe Spurs, said Ted. Ella said, refuse to watch the City games, just concentrate on our games. That's exactly where I am. Craig, will we finally get 100k for a friendly? I don't know what that means. Craig, we can get 100k for... Oh, yeah, now I get you. Yeah, over in Australia as well. Let's not forget, Stephen. 100,000. What was that stadium? The Melbourne Cricket Ground, the MCG. Nuts. Craig, are you confident Klopp won't repeat the same mistakes he made against... Klopp didn't make any mistakes against Everton. The only mistake that was made was Mo Salah not sticking the ball in the net. That's the only mistake. Twice. That had it gone in, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Klopp would have masterminded another 1-0 win and we'd all be sound. It was just the couple of moments that mattered in the game didn't go our way. Klopp can't do anything about that. Yeah, we can talk about the substitutions that we have, but he's at home tomorrow as well, let's not forget. We've just come off 2 difficult away games against Manchester City and then a trip across Stanley Park to play Everton at Goodison. They're the 2 most difficult games we had left on paper, pretty much, away from home, and we've got them out of the way. I don't think Klopp makes too many mistakes. I know where you're coming from, but I think at home we're going to push, and we're going to push, and I think we're going to keep knocking on the door until Burnley open up, basically. Jordan, how are you, pal? Always a pleasure to have people in that haven't been on in a while. Great to see you. If you're a local, 12 o'clock is a beauty. You can have a lie-in, then stroll to the game, come home, watch Arsenal versus United. I don't even know if I'll bother me arse watching that game tomorrow. I haven't decided what's going on in my house yet. I don't know, maybe the kids will have other plans, but it's irrelevant to us, that game, really. Well, I suppose you do want United to be still in the hunt for the top 4, but not too safe, because you want them to have to take something from the Manchester City game. Sterling hat-trick is good for me on FPL. You have to do the job tomorrow. Yeah, look, if you were Sterling in your fancy Premier League team, you're going to be over the moon, aren't you? And fair play to him, getting a hat-trick today. And as I said, I haven't seen the goal, so I've no idea whether the first goal shouldn't have been allowed, disallowed. I don't know. I can only take what you guys are saying. Klopp to Real Madrid. There's more chance of me showing up here at 12 o'clock tomorrow morning, Thomas, with a Mo Salah hairstyle than there is of Jurgen Klopp going to Real Madrid this summer. It is absolutely 100% not going to happen. Not one single chance in hell is Jurgen Klopp going to go to Real Madrid this summer. And even if he wasn't Liverpool manager, I'd be absolutely astounded if Jurgen Klopp managed Real Madrid. They don't seem like the type of club that he'd be attracted to. He wouldn't have any control there. He'd just be a coach. He wouldn't have any say over the signings. It just wouldn't work out for him, mate. And why would anybody anymore go to a club like Real Madrid? You get, what, 1 season, 18 months, and then you're fucked out if you don't win the quadruple or the treble. It's nuts. I don't know why anyone takes on those jobs anymore. If you're a player, it sounds you'll probably get your chance. Like you'd get a bit longer, at least in your contract. But for managers, it's just I don't know why anybody bothers their arse going to manage Real Madrid. To be honest. Craig Pickford should have been sent off today, not even given a yellow. I heard that. I was watching the Gillette Soccer Saturday, and I'd seen that they said that he came out and it was Rondon he clattered into, and that he basically made no attempt to play the ball, absolutely lashed the player out of it, and not even a yellow card given. I mean, Pickford was laughing at half time coming off the field because he couldn't believe he was on there. But doesn't matter though, does it? Doesn't matter though, because Rafa masterminded a 3-2 win. A good comeback today against Everton. Oh, Everton. They thought they had it all last week. They thought that they'd fucked up our season. That was it. The DVD's going to be out soon. The 0-0 draw with Liverpool at Goodison. But they went up to play Rafa's team today. Went 2-0 up. Pickford, I think, saved the penalty, or Newcastle missed the penalty, and they still lost 3-2. Karma is a bitch, isn't it? If you're an Everton fan. So, well, they're shit, so it doesn't really matter. But, yeah, well done to Rafa, well done to Newcastle. 5 wins at home in a row for Rafa there in Newcastle. Congratulations to them. Absolutely love Rafa. No, Salah is slipping. No, Salah is slipping. Fuck you, Salah's not slipping. Do you know what? There's some of you fuckers, and I'm going to be blunt. There's some people that come on here that just don't deserve to be associated with our football club. There are some real petty little fuckers in our fan base that need to be called out. They moan about absolutely everything. They expect us to win every game till 10-0. You just need to cop the fuck on. Mo Salah isn't slipping. Mo Salah has scored 17 goals this season in the Premier League. Mo Salah is absolutely fucking sound. And he's going through a tough period in the season, and we need to get behind him, not be pissy moany little fuckers coming on social media and other platforms going, oh, Salah's shy, Salah's slipping. Fuck you, you don't deserve to have Salah. You don't deserve to watch Salah in a Liverpool shirt. Be a real fan. Get behind the fucking lad. Let him know you've got his back. Let him know you believe in him. Let him know that it's just a temporary thing and you know he's going to be banging 6 or 7 more in before the end of the season. Anybody who doubts Mohamed Salah can kiss my fucking ass. He is absolute quality. Honestly, I'm paining my hole with some of Liverpool fans recently. Miserable, pissy, moany little fuckers that don't deserve to be associated with our club. Honestly, you know this you'll never walk alone shite that people spout all the time. Sometimes people need to remember what the fuck that's about. You'll never walk alone isn't just 4 letters. It's not just a phrase that people throw around. It's what this club, this fan base, our passion is built on. We're different. We're not the same as other fans. But unfortunately, for some reason, 5% of the new fans around Liverpool, maybe these glory hunting little shits that come on because we're doing really well last season, I don't know, but they don't deserve to be associated with our club. Mohamed Salah is a superstar, and if you can't see that, then you're watching the wrong game. You're just watching the wrong sport. Stop wasting my fucking time with this stupid shit because it's ridiculous. I don't give a shit if I lose 100 subscribers, 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. Mohamed Salah is a fucking superstar, and we need to get behind him. Rant over. How is everybody? How are we all doing? Dave, how are you, Mr. Sweeney? Great to see you win. Mohamed Salah is a Liverpool king, said Joshua James. If Liverpool beat Bayern Munich, would you like to play United in the quarterfinals? AJ, I'm someone, mate, that doesn't really like to play English teams in Europe. So for me, buddy, I would like to. I do a Barcelona, mate, or an Ajax. You know, a big European tie, a prestigious club. Not, of course, Manchester United, a prestigious club. But I just don't like playing English teams in Europe, mate. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on it, though. But look, it's going to be a difficult game there. It's going to be a tough game to go through against Bayern Munich away from home on Wednesday. I believe we'll do it. Bayern have some injuries. Obviously, Joshua Kimmich is injured as well. So, yeah. Or he's not injured, excuse me. He's suspended. Watford Park, no bust. They got fucked by a referee. Well, to be fair, Tom, they had one shot in the entire game. One shot. It went in. They had one corner in the entire game. And they had, I think, 22% possession, something like that. So they pretty much deserve nothing for the game anyway. They made 7 changes, which is, you can say what you want. I don't really give a shit. I mean, I can't control what Watford do, and we shouldn't have to hope that other teams do us favours. We're in that position, but I never expected it from Watford, to be fair. We beat them 5-0 at home. I expected Manchester City to put them to the sword as well. Some people were losing their minds in social media over the 7 changes, guys. I don't really care what he does. I've never seen that as a game. that City are going to drop points in. I think the points will be dropped after the international break, when the heat really, really, really gets up, when the UEFA stuff is coming down on top of them harder, when the rumours about Guardiola start to kick in, when all this talk of the quadruple is in their heads, when Liverpool are ahead of them in the league and they're playing catch up. That's when I think you're going to see Manchester City drop points. Because, let's be fair, they've won their last 3 games. They won 3-1, 1-0 and 1-0. And they haven't looked like world beaters to me. They haven't looked like a team that are infallible. They look like a team to me that may drop points. I do apologise, by the way, about my rant there a few moments ago. Normally I've rants and you guys know the way I am, but this not getting behind the team stuff, this pissing and moaning malarkey, I mean, it's like our own fans are trying to undermine our own push. We're still in the Champions League. We've got a difficult away game coming up next week. We've got a big game at Anfield tomorrow against Burnley, who, let's be fair, we should be beating. There's no two ways about that. They're 4th or 5th from bottom. We should be beating them. But let's not like this is all doom and gloom. Let's not pack up, pack in. Manchester City didn't pack in. Manchester City weren't giving up when they were 7 points behind. They kept plugging away. And now they've managed to get their noses in front. It's up to us to keep putting pressure on them and hope that they crack. But being so defeatist and negative, I mean, yeah, I understand people are disappointed in 2 draws, but let's, again, be fair about this. Any other season, after playing the amount of games we have to have 70 points, we will be over the damn moon. That doesn't, as I keep saying, yes, we were 7 points ahead. I fully understand that. But there was always going to come a difficult point in our season, a little slip or a little patch where we weren't quite at our best. It's happened. We need to just keep plugging away. There's still a lot to play for here. 9 games for us to go, 8 games for City to go. Just back the boys, get behind them. It ain't over yet. There's still twists and turns to go in this title race. And if you want to proof about this, or you want to believe in what I'm saying, look back over any group of 9 games or 10 games in the league. So let's break the league up. What is it? 38 games in the league season. So what's that? 38 games, 19, 8.5. So say 9 games basically. Take 4 lots of 9 games, give or take. Or 3 lots now because we're at 28 games or so. Look back over them and you'll see in all of those groups of 9 games there was points dropped. Points dropped by us, points dropped by Manchester City, and the last 9 aren't going to be any different. There's going to be points dropped. It's just realism. It's just based on facts. It's based on statistics. It's based on realism. They're not going to just romp away now with the last 8 games of the season and win them all 10-0. It's just not going to happen. Nor are we going to win all of ours that easily. There's going to be pressure. There's going to be a shitty refereeing decision, a goal against them that shouldn't have been given, a red card. Anything can happen. That can change a game. Twitter is a cesspit of toxicity, said the Irish Beard. It's difficult, mate. I've knocked it on the head altogether. Yeah, I've just packed it in. I can't be arsed with it. I might look at it again in the summer, but thankfully October's doing a wonderful job at the Anfield Agenda Twitter account, so I've just left it all over to her because she knows what she's doing. She's fantastic at getting the news up there. I just can't, like you, mate, it's just too toxic for me and I can't be doing with it. 17 goals is a great return for a wide forward. People's expectations are too high after last season, said Ian Turlington, which is spot on, mate. He did have a wonderful season last season. What's your thoughts on Salah? I think I've just given them, buddy, but you may have asked that before I did, so I will just move on. Craig, have I showed you my LFC flag? The photo is going next to it. I think Kev sent something, Alex, to me about you sending a picture to him of the stuff on your wall in Instagram, I think, but I haven't seen it, buddy, no. But just let me know that it does arrive, Alex. I want to know that you got it, mate, so hopefully be early next week. Don't forget, guys, 2 more giveaways to do. We're giving away the other signed John Barnes photograph that I showed you guys recently. We're giving that away next Wednesday. And we're also giving away a retro shirt from Score Draw. And it doesn't have to be a Liverpool shirt. I keep saying this. If you want an England retro shirt, I think they have those. A Welsh one, a Scottish one, an Inter Milan shirt, an AC Milan shirt, a Juve shirt, a Borussia Mönchengladbach shirt, a Barcelona shirt, whatever it might be. You go on to scoredraw.com if you win the competition and you pick what shirt you want, and the good folks at ScoreDraw will send that out to you. To be able to chance to win that, just subscribe to our channel and also go over to Twitter and follow at ScoreDrawRetro. That's it. Really nice, really simple. And again, massive thank you to scoredraw.com for all the support this season. They've given us lots and lots of giveaways to do. And when I contacted them and said, look guys, we're 1 year old soon, can we work on another one? And he said, of course you can, and happy birthday to you. They're wonderful folks, they make wonderful products, and lots of love to them. But hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. You could win something just for being in, just for hitting the button. Stay true. What's this? Stay true. The rewards will come. We are Liverpool, said Eric Warry. Liverpool haven't won the Premier League, but there is a first time. Of course there is. First time for everything. But the Premier League wasn't the start of football. Let's not forget that. Liverpool are a storied club that's won many trophies. 100% right, Craig. Think it's the newbies, glory hunters, and a fan base that don't get the "you'll never walk alone" ethos. Look, put it this way. Here's an example. For anyone that's new, for anyone that's young perhaps, or for anyone that's just found the beauty of Liverpool over the past season or two. I was at Istanbul. I was lucky enough to be in Istanbul. I was in Athens as well, and that wasn't great, but look, I was there. I was in Istanbul. I was inside the Ataturk Stadium. Liverpool were 3-0 down. Like every other Liverpool fan in there, my heart was fucking broken. And you think to yourself, what's the worst score in a Champions League final? What's the worst loss at a Champions League final? You don't want it to happen to your club. But at the same time, you're thinking, get one. Just get one. If you get one back, anything is possible. And it happened. And the rest is history. Many people wouldn't have given us a chance then. Many people don't give us a chance now. But as I say, the great saying in poker is, if you have a chip in a chair, you're in with a chance. And Liverpool have a chance. Liverpool are there. They're fighting. Just keep backing them. Keep believing. This club has always done stuff the hard way. We know that. Look at the history of it. We don't give up. We're fighters. We're battlers. We're believers. And we need to keep that going. And we need to back our boys. And we need to back our manager. We need to sing till the end. We need to let them know we love them. We need to let them know we believe in them every single minute of the game. Look what happened against Everton. 96th minute, we got that winner. This club does things the hard way. It wouldn't surprise me at all for us to win this in the last game of the season. Let's just wait and see what happens. But just don't give up. Until it's not possible, don't give up. Anything can happen in football. I've been saying we're within 2 or 3 points at the end of March. We're in it. And I'll say it again. It's on. Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong, said Dave. To be honest, I think more pressure is on City now to keep top spots at the Crawdad 84. Yeah, look, we're playing catch up now, so all we can do is just keep putting the points on the board and hoping for a fuck up somewhere. LUFC Dave said, the thing is, no game is easy, and you saw today Southampton beating Spurs 2-1 and Burnley beating Spurs 2-1 as well. Exactly, mate. Anything is possible. Manchester City could be coasting a game 1-0 and a last minute penalty. Anything can happen, literally. Anything can happen in football. Craig, it's great that United fan who got attacked is in recovery. It certainly is, AJ. It really is, buddy. And well done on you for bringing that up, mate. It's great news. It's great news he's in recovery. We spoke about it a little bit on last night's stream. The Manchester City fan that was attacked in Germany looks like that they're going to be able to be moved back to the UK to continue the recovery in a couple of weeks as well. And whilst you absolutely never want to hear of these things happening in the sport, it is great to hear that both look like they're going to be okay long term. And if there's any little win or any positive to be taken from these situations, then it's nice to take it. And the fact that both these people are going to be able to go home to their loved ones, to their families, and continue with their lives is it's lovely. It's great to see, and I'm always happy when there's somewhat of a happy ending in these scenarios. We need the midfield to step up the goals department, said Varshan. Yep, we need more goals from all over the place, buddy. You're right, and the midfield is certainly one of those areas. What have we had? Like 6 goals from our 5 main central midfielders this season, something pathetic like that, and that's just not good enough. City will burn out over the Easter period, said Neil Anthony. Will win the title at St James's Park, and the Wolves game at home will be the biggest party ever. I hope so. Oh God, I hope so. I'm going to be in the city for that weekend. I really, really hope so. Ben, I'm very good. Ben Lumley, thank you for joining me. How are you? Mr. Fixit said Pep has a contract on our City till July 2021. It expires. Also, he's never left the club before his contract expired. Either he's been sacked in his career as manager. Yeah, can I argue that, mate? Can I argue with that? But he's also probably never been at a club that's under investigation by UEFA and the Premier League. So God knows what might happen. We can never rule anything out. Most likely, Mr. Fixit, you are spot on and nothing will happen. Pep will be there. He'll see out his contract and it'll be all sound for them. But if they got kicked out of the Champions League, if they got, I don't know, I won't say relegated because I'll be absolutely baffled if that happened. But anything can happen. You never know. Second most Premier League or second most league titles. People need to remember that we went 40 years without winning a league title. Or United went 40 years without winning a league title. Next season, if Klopp is active fully, LFC can go for all trophies, said Pragmaverts. I'm a City fan. I think Liverpool still stand a chance in the league, said Bobby Barron. It's exactly, mate, and you're being realistic there, because the same way you guys did when we were ahead, it's not over. There's a long way to go in this title race. Just about a quarter of the league to go. Ziyech would be a good 10, said Murder on Zidane floor. Do you think Juventus is going to steal Pep from City? Realistically, I don't. As people have said, he will probably see out his contract. I'm sure that the owners have planned accordingly for what might happen after he leaves, but I don't know. The person that broke this story is apparently the same person that broke the Cristiano Ronaldo to Juventus story. I've no inside knowledge on this. I'm just reading out things that I've been sent, or screenshots that people have sent to me from social media. Champions fight till the end. Fact, bring that to the bank, said Dave. Where's October's comment? Okay, sorry October, there you are. My hair dye didn't take, gonna be blonde forever. Oh, sorry. First world problems, mate. Look at this shit. No fucking hair here to dye. My missus has been in a similar position October, so I understand what you're trying to say. What are your thoughts on Karius? He strung together some really... He's not our player, is my thoughts on Karius. As far as I'm concerned, he's gone. Now, I know that it is... There's a couple of things on Karius, actually. He's on a 2-year loan to buy deal. He has to play a certain number of games. They have to hit certain targets, and then they have to buy him. But, at the same time, if Fulham go down... is it Sergio Rico? Is that the keeper's name? That left Besiktas to go to Fulham. There's talk that he might go back to Besiktas. And if he does go back to Besiktas, then that may cause some issues. But from what I've heard, from things that I've read, if that does come into effect and they don't take up that contract, then there's already clubs in Germany showing interest in Loris Karius. But I don't think we'll see him back at Liverpool. He may be in a pre-season in the summer while he's waiting to get a deal sorted out or something, but I don't think he'll be representing Liverpool in a competitive tournament again anytime soon. Just my thoughts on it, but I've nothing against Loris Karius. I wished him well when he left, and I stand over that. I've nothing against the guy. Never gonna stop, said Brian and Missy the Bulldog Bullies. Great to have you back in. Haven't seen you guys in a while. Spurs will finish 4th, said the Irish Beard. It's really heating up, isn't it? As I said, if United beat Arsenal tomorrow, let's just use this as an example, they would go level on Spurs. They'd be behind on goal difference. And then you've got Chelsea, who have 2 games in hand. If they were to win the 2 games in hand, they'd go ahead of Spurs. That race is really on there. I'll be in Liverpool for the last game. Going to be amazing if we won, said Ella. It looks like there's going to be a few of us over there in Liverpool. So let's organise something, guys. As I keep saying, I'll be there. Connor will be there. I think October's going to be there as well. Ella's going to be there. A few other people have Stephen, of course, and Louise are going to be there. I think other people are going as well. I think Kev might be trying to get up to the city for it as well. Fingers crossed we can have a big Anfield agenda meet up at least and say hello, shake hands, get a little bit of video footage, say hello to everybody, and it'd be great to be celebrating, wouldn't it? It really would be lovely to be celebrating. I'm going to be celebrating next Wednesday though, because the channel turns 1 year old. Our little Anfield agenda family is turning 1 year old next Wednesday, and what a day to be celebrating it as well. Bayern Munich away in the Champions League. We're going to have Brian Morrissey in my house. We're going to be doing a live watch along with Brian joining me for that one, and Connor might be doing it as well. So for the first time in Anfield agenda history, you might have 3 of us together live for a watch along and a post-match show, so that'll be fun. So hopefully all that gets worked out. It looks like Brian's definitely coming up. I'm just waiting for the go ahead from Connor. Connor's tough. You can never nail that fucker down to the last minute. Will is in. How are you, Will? Great to see you, mate. Just a 2-horse race. Spurs out of it now, said Mr. Fix. Oh, they are definitely out of it. They're in the 4th place. Headache at this point. City still have 8 games to go. All we need for them to do is draw 1 and us to capitalise, said Will. James Painter said, I like Liverpool chasing. I think we get the best Liverpool when we are. Craig, let's defo do things the hard way. We like to do things the hard way. Last day, 4th spot qualifications and knockout of the Champions League game. Yeah, we do, don't we, mate? We really do things the hard way at this club. Craig, you saw the City first goal. The linesman said it was off, but the ref overturned it. I didn't, mate. I haven't seen any of the goals today yet. I've got Match of the Day recording and I'll watch them after this. I don't know why you're saying big bick or dig bick or big dick. I don't know what you're trying to say. Yeah, cup, mate. But if you need a hand string and a sentence together, mate, just ask. I can help you out. Don't know why I'm already a tad nervous for Tuesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Oh, sorry, it's Roberto. Sorry. I forgot you changed your name, pal. I forgot you're talking about the Atleti game on Wednesday. Juventus Atleti. Sorry, mate. I forgot you changed your name, Roberto. Anyway, where is Kyle, mate? Can you comment in the chat if you're still there? Anything, doesn't matter. Just throw in a letter or something. I just want to, just comment in the chat, Kyle, if you are still there, please, pal. If we don't beat Burnley tomorrow, psychologically the league's over, said Gary. Look, I'm not going to lie. If we don't beat Burnley tomorrow, mate, it'll be a dent for me as well. I will never say it's over, but it will dent my confidence a lot. If anyone signed for your club, who would you want? Kylian Mbappe, Bobby, at this moment in time. Paulo Dybala would do nicely as well. We all wanted Nabil Fekir when it looked like he was going to sign. It just seemed like a perfect fit, but for whatever reason, looking like it could have been his knee, that didn't happen. We'll beat Burnley 2-0 tomorrow, no worries, said Elijah John. We need to play with our full 11, said Yassine. Yeah, well, look, we haven't had Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain all season. He's coming back. Might see a little bit of him after the international break, perhaps. We need to score goals against them and Bayern. Well, yes, but 2 1-0 wins would do as well, to be fair. Why will City burn out and not Liverpool? Keep in mind Liverpool's key is Salah, who's gone through Ramadan, which means he can't eat during the day for a month, which is... well, it's not just him, to be fair. It's Mane as well. Why will... sorry, I'm honestly all trying to think through your question, mate, and give you a realistic answer. I think it's more... After the international break, mate, we'll have 7 league games left. Manchester City will have 8. So you've already got more league games to play there in a shorter period of time. Bear in mind, Manchester City are through, basically, in the Champions League as well. We're not 100% certain if we're going to be there or not. Manchester City are then still in the FA Cup as well. And there's going to be pressure, good pressure, but pressure on them nonetheless to try and win all the competitions that they're in. That's why people think there's going to be more pressure on them, because they've got more games to play. And when you've got more games to play, more minutes in your legs, and it'll catch you up as well. Let's not forget Manchester City had more minutes this season to play than Liverpool. I'm not sure on the rotation, actually. I haven't looked. I'm sure Manchester City rotated quite a bit, but I think that's why. Mate, I'm just trying to give you an honest answer. Anything but a win against Burnley is damaging but not deciding. We need to believe until the end, said Will. Folks, forget about us not beating Burnley. Won't happen. Exactly. We're beating Burnley, Elijah John. We are beating Burnley. Sorry, where were we? City top 4 with 4 more, but fuck 'em, keep believing, said Ben. Spurs will concentrate in the Champions League now, said Elijah. I don't think they can, mate. I really don't think they can, Elijah John, excuse me, because like they've got teams breathing down their neck. Technically, if Chelsea win the 2 games in hand, they're ahead of Spurs, so Spurs are in 4th. And then you've got Arsenal and Manchester United biting at their heels. Now, if anybody wins that game tomorrow, they are right behind Spurs, and the last thing Spurs are going to want to do is drop out of the top 4 at the expense of Arsenal. Scouts Bill, how are you, pal? Great to have you in. You'll never walk alone. How many losses do Spurs have now? I've no idea, but too many. Good evening, John Hamilton. How are you? Okay, where else have we got? Watford rested 7 players today, Elijah John. 7, I know. But look, it's their prerogative, their manager's prerogative to do what the hell he wants. 12 o'clock kickoffs can get in the bin, said Ant. I don't like them either, pal. They're shocking. Manchester United will banter off Arsenal, to be honest. I don't know. That's going to be an interesting game. What have we got? Nice result for Newcastle, even if the winner was offsides, but justice since Pickford should have been sent off earlier, said John Hamilton. I didn't see it, but I did hear the people on Soccer Saturday talking about it, and they were absolutely baffled as to why he didn't get a card. Most of them thought it was a red, but anything, just to give a penalty and give him nothing. Imagine the Liverpool players right now all tucked up in bed, said Gary. Absolutely. Proper order. I bet you some of them are having a sneaky game of FIFA or something though. You know they are. Oh, Kyle, you are there. Thank you. No, the only reason I wanted to there you go. I just wanted to do something on your account, Kyle, mate. That's all. I just wanted to make sure you were there. Boya, how are we, pal? It's not over till the fat lady sings. Jamie Vardy hitting 100 goals for Leicester City, mate. Is it 100 Premier League goals or 100 goals for Leicester City? I'm not sure. But congratulations to you guys on your win today. First win on the Brendan Rodgers at home. Great to see it done, mate. Well done. I was thinking of you earlier on when I seen the result. Actually, I did. I watched some of the game. Yeah, Vardy's clinical, isn't he? I have to say, when he was put through, when it was 1-1 and he was put through, I think it was Maddison that put him through. You just knew when he was inside the box what he was going to do. Yeah, so well done to you guys. Congratulations on your win. Kev, how are we, pal? Bonjour. De Ligt speaking about playing with Van Dijk. Oh, I've got those comments, Kev. Don't you worry, pal. I'm with you. So, as Kev said, Matthijs de Ligt has stoked rumours of a potential move to Liverpool. Oh, God, I want to say that again. It sounds so good. Matthijs de Ligt has stoked rumours of a potential move to Liverpool. Speaking recently, he said, Virgil is a player who has experience in the top leagues. Of course, you want to learn from him. It's very useful to play next to him in the Dutch team. It could happen, joining Liverpool. He plays for Liverpool, a nice club. But I'm not focused on this. I focused on Ajax, and then we'll see where I will end up. That was to Omnisport. Omnisport is who we gave that interview to. Yeah, so look, I don't know what to make of that. Honestly, I'm afraid to let myself even think about it. I know people are going to tell me he's linked to Barcelona. I know people are going to tell me he's linked to United. I know. But he wasn't speaking about them. He mentioned Liverpool and he mentioned Virgil van Dijk, and I'm taking that. I'm taking that as a positive, and I'm running with it. And I don't care if I get my heart broken. I'm running with it. What have we got here? Mo's team reminds me a bit of Mbappe, obviously not as good, but still hell of a talent, only 19, said Roberto. Do you think the lack of goal scorers from midfield is a problem? I do, John. If I'm being honest, mate, as much of a positive fan as I am, I do. It's not good enough. We need more goals from midfield, without a shadow of a doubt. You were always guaranteed goals from a Liverpool midfield over the years, weren't you? Always, like Gerrard's. He used to bang in 10, 15 a season. You do. Any of the top teams, whether you had Lampard, Scholes for United, Lampard for Chelsea, there was always goals coming from midfield. And Liverpool do need that. I thought we'd get them from Naby KEITA this season. Hasn't happened as of yet. But it is an area that needs to be explored. And it is somewhere that perhaps we'll need to do something with. We've Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain coming back, and we know that we can get goals, from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain from midfield without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, I think it's a fair comment, John. It's just not good enough. What is it, 6 or something in the league for midfield this year? It just isn't good enough. Did you talk about KEITA and Shaqiri? I did, AJ. I did. Basically, what Klopp was saying on Shaqiri and KEITA is that over the past few games, we haven't had the right, or the systems that we've needed to play against teams with set pieces and stuff. It just hasn't suited the two lads, so he doesn't feel that they were right for the games. Shaqiri, he said, picked up a little knock when he went up for a header in a recent game as well. But other than that, he said, you'll probably see a little bit more of them now, but, no major story around it. What else we got? PC Benjamin's in the house, how are you? Come on, De Ligt, join us, lads, said Danny. Liverpool to win the league by 5 points, said Martin Sheridan. Gary said Tottenham have lost 9 games and drawn 1. The drawn 1 part is almost more shocking, isn't it? They've only drawn 1 game in the league so far. The Echo reported it as well, Craig, said Ella. I know they all reported it, Ella, but it came from Omnisport. That's who he was giving the interview to, I believe, when he spoke, that all these articles were pulled from. Update on the Oxlade-Chamberlain hamstring injuries. I don't know. Last I heard, he was having a scan, came off, felt a little twinge, nothing too dramatic. I haven't heard anything afterwards about what the scan might show. Do you think we should spunk another 60 to 70 million on De Ligt? Yes, I do. If he's available, yes, 100%. Imagine having Joe Gomez, Matthijs de Ligt and Virgil van Dijk as options for your centre backs. It would give Jurgen Klopp the option of going to 3 at the back if they were all fit. If not, it gives him the option of having 2 top quality centre backs no matter who's there to cover. Yeah, I think it would be brilliant. Obviously not a position that is very, 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 very top to spend highly on, but still you've got Nat Phillips coming through as well. At the moment we have Lovren and Matip. My thoughts on those two are clear. I'd move both of them on in the summer. I don't think we'll get De Ligt, if I'm being honest, but it's still lovely to hear him talking about us. If De Ligt joined, where would Gomez be? He'd be sound, mate. They'd just rotate. somebody's going to be injured. Like when you're in when you're in 4 competitions, Champions League, 2 league or 2 domestic cups, and the Premier League, you're going to need at least 3 top quality centre backs. You're going to need somebody to cover. You're going to need to rest players. People pick up knocks and niggles, so I don't think we need to just stop thinking in a first 11 format when you're thinking of when you're in a club like Liverpool challenging on as many fronts or wanting to challenge on as many fronts. You're going to need a big squad. Look at Manchester City, for example. Stones, Otamendi, Laporte. Who else is their centre back options? I can't think at this moment in time, but you do need 3, 4, 5 centre backs. Come on, De Ligt, we don't bite, said Tom Jones. Craig Weston said midfield is what will tell now on. Hey Craig, hope you're hope you're well. Cheating City say, oh sorry, Cheating City. Look, I didn't expect anything other than a City win, so it's not really a shock to me. And it's 7 changes for Watford as well, so look, it was never really going to come to fruition. Have faith and patience with Naby. It's just a matter of time, said Craig Weston. Stig, how are you, pal? Did I miss something? You said cheers all. I don't know if you've made a comment or if you're just saying cheers generally, but welcome in, buddy. We should win tomorrow, Craig, said PC Benjamin. You'd expect it. You really would expect it, mate. I mean, it's Burnley at home. We should be winning. Imagine signing Werner and De Ligt in the summer. Oh, Ben. What a summer that would be, mate. Those two... Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain then coming through a full pre-season, absolutely sound. Ryan Bruce, they're bursting through as well. Yeah, it would be options, wouldn't it? And then just a cheeky little number 10 then, just to round things off rather nicely. Imagine, what have we got? VVD, Trent, Robertson, who have you got there? And De Ligt in the same team. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? John Hamilton said there was also another challenge in another game. The guy went in, stood, shown up, followed through. The guy's groin, it looked like he got a yellow card, likely to be banned. What was this in, John? I've missed the first part of that comment, buddy. Come on, City, said I can't pronounce it. Is it Javalin? Mate, excuse me if I mispronounce your name. Obviously a Manchester City fan. You must be delighted after you win today. I'm not going to ban you because, you're top of the league and, fair fucks. Subi, how are you, buddy? We'll beat Burnley easy, said Subi. Thoughts on Michael Jackson allegations? I'm not going into it, mate. I've given my thoughts on it on previous streams. I get too worked up when I start talking about the whole Michael Jackson thing. I think I've seen part 1 of the documentary. It looks, to me it speaks clearly for itself. I'd also direct you towards... what's the gentleman's name that makes all those brilliant documentaries for the BBC? Louis Theroux. Louis Theroux put out a very, very good tweet on it as well. If anyone's on Twitter, have a look at it. Actually, do you know what? I have the tweet here. Fuck it, I'll read you out that tweet. I won't comment on it because I've tried to stay clear of it because I get too angry about it. But yeah, let me find this one. I'll find that Louis Theroux tweet and I'll read it out to you because I think it's fitting. Someone's asked about it. But I'll let everybody make up their own mind. As I said, I don't want to steer people what way to think. Right, Louis Theroux said, if you can't see that Michael Jackson was a paedophile after watching Dan Reed 1000's film, you're being willfully blind. And if you're campaigning against it, you're actively colluding in the silencing of victims. Now that's from a filmmaker himself and Louis Theroux. I've always told you what I thought about Michael Jackson and those allegations. Even before this was shown, I'll say it calmly. I think he's guilty. I think he's very, very guilty. Yeah, I think Michael Jackson's a paedophile. That's my thoughts on it. You are all fully entitled to make up your own minds and of course have your own thoughts on it. I'm not, each to their own, but for me, that's my thoughts, ladies and gents. Did you see Mark Rose DT at the end of the United and AFTV match preview? Do you honestly think I watched that? Do you honestly think I sat there and watched DT? Come on. Obviously, no problem watching Mark. I watch a lot of Mark stuff. Actually, before I came on last night, I watched Mark a little bit tipsy, actually, in London, talking about having a few drinks. I thought that was quite funny, but no, I'm not watching fucking DT. Not a chance. If baby Keita starts, I'd push him in an advanced position similar to a 10. Gary, when I did my team selection, buddy, in the preview show yesterday, I did exactly that. I went with Fabinho and Gini in a 2, and then Naby Keita ahead of them behind the front 3. Who's your ideal midfield signing? I would only go for a 10, Oliver, so Dybala in the 10. Fekir was the ideal player, though. That's the really difficult thing. Like, Nabil Fekir was just perfect. Yeah, that's such a shame that didn't work out. Louis, I'm very good, mate. How are you? 6-0 to Liverpool tomorrow, said Liverpool Football Club. Do you play FIFA? I don't, Bobby, but we have a second channel. And actually, shout out to our second channel if I haven't mentioned this enough over the past week. We're going to be launching content on our second channel from probably June onwards. Crack On is our second channel, and I'm going to put it into the chat so you guys can search it because you might not know which way we spell it. The reason the channel is called Crack On, by the way, so you'll understand when I put the spelling of it in. And I didn't accidentally spell this way, by the way. You'll know what I'm talking about in a second. Right, so our channel name has gone in there. The channel's called Crack On. It's spelled CRAICON. It's basically Craig and Connor with an I in the middle. So start of it's Craig, end of it's Connor. The I isn't there for Craig, but in the logo the I will be like a microphone. So yeah, our new channel is going to be called Crack On. We're going to be covering non-Liverpool games on there. We're going to be doing some gaming on there. We're going to be doing some interviews with interesting people or people that we find interesting on there. We're going to be doing video podcasts on topics that we find interesting, non-football related topics. So it could be on snowflakes as an example. That could be one thing we could talk about. We could talk about conspiracy theories. That's another thing we're talking about, having conversations around. It's going to be our channel for non-Liverpool stuff. And yeah, so if you can, guys, go over there and give that a follow. It's going to kick off in the summer with some really good interviews. We're going to have some MMA interviews hopefully on there. I've got some people lined up I think you guys will really enjoy listening to conversations with. I've got one of your favourite characters from YouTube that a lot of you like. I have him lined up for an interview as well. And a few other bits and pieces that we're working on. We're going to travel over to the UK in the summer. We're going to keep putting out content on here. Of course we are, right through the summer, as we always do. But we're going to up our workload and start bringing on more people to get involved in it as well. There'll be some live gaming on there. Yeah, just a few other bits and pieces because there's so much I want to talk about and Connor wants to talk about. And Liverpool is our passion, but this one's going to be our push to make it big on YouTube, if I'm being honest. This is a passion project. All along we've said this has never been about making money. This has always been about reaching out to Reds, making a community, making it a good place for people to come and talk about football, well, Liverpool mainly. And we've always been very fair and very honest and very open about that. Crack On is going to be our attempt at a business. And there's no two ways. I'm not even going to hide it. Crack On is going to be our attempt to go proper commercial and make a living out of this in the long term. It won't happen for a year, 2 years. We'll be funding it ourselves probably. But yeah, if you can help us out on there, if you like what we do on here and you want to join us over there for some non-Liverpool stuff and a bit of fun of a laugh. Fun of a laugh isn't even a damn phrase, Holden. Get your shit together. Fun and a laugh. Then yeah, please do give it a subscription. Right, hope the atmosphere isn't flat at Anfield tomorrow with the early kickoff, said Elijah John. What do you think about Bayern going goal nuts on Wolfsburg? Nothing, really. It helps a bet I have, if anything. I had this bet on it at the start of the season that involved Liverpool to win the Premier League, Celtic to win the Scottish League, Barcelona to win La Liga, Juventus to win the Champions League, Bayern Munich to win the Bundesliga, Dundalk to win the League of Ireland, UCD I think it was, or who was it? Whoever won the Irish First Division, I had them backed as well, and Ireland to get to the final of the Rugby World Cup. I put that bet on last August I think maybe. So yeah, Bayern Munich catching up with Dortmund has actually helped my bet a lot. I think I stand to make about €1,700 if that bet comes in, and it was a fiver. So yeah, fingers crossed. I actually do want Bayern Munich to win the league from that sense, but from a sporting sense, of course, I'd like Bayern or Borussia Dortmund to win it. But I'm not worried about them scoring 6 goals today against Wolfsburg. They have no Robin against us, maybe no Ribéry, no Joshua Kimmich. Who else is out for them? Kingsley Coman is out for them as well. They're in trouble. They're missing players, and you know I always back Liverpool, especially in Europe. No chance of City having points deducted. Was reading up on it. Said Elijah John. Thank you for that update. I have to do more reading up on this myself. Is this with regards to which one, Elijah John? Obviously, you can only be talking about the Premier League investigation here if you're talking about points deduction, because the UEFA one could only ban them from UEFA competition, so they don't have any power to, force the Premier League to do anything. So I gather you're talking about that investigation. Blake, how are you, pal? Great to have you in. Next 2 games are pivotal in our season, said Craig Weston. UCD, thank you. Thank you, Ella. UCD, as I said, that's who I had to win the first division, and that came in. So yeah, happy days on that. Juve might go out next week, said Red Hulk. Don't say that to Roberto. Oh, you're not allowed to say that to Roberto. He'll be angry. That's an interesting tie, actually. It is mad that there's been a few teams go out in the Champions League. PSG out, Real Madrid out. It's almost as if the universe is trying to tell us something. I don't know what that could be. Bobby Barron said I've subscribed to Crack On. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Do you think Dybala would be that goal scoring midfielder we need? Look, of course, Dylan, mate, we can only guess, but I'd hope so. I really would. Martin Sheridan said 2-0 first 10 minutes. I was planning on finishing, guys, at half 10, but I'm going to keep going for another 10 minutes because I realise there's a lot of comments I haven't got through. I hope City don't have points deducted. Winning the title that way would be empty. It would. I agree, Liam. It would. I'd like to win the title, mate, because we beat them on points and let that be the end of it. No asterisks beside it or anything like that. UEFA can ban City from the Champions League, which, they can. They can remove them from UEFA competition. Not just City. Anybody they investigate for stuff like that. David Alaba also out for the Liverpool clash. Pranav, thank you for that, mate. What, that United are going to win it? Win what? Champions League? Nah, they won't. Michael Fleming said, so I get timed out for having an option. I think he meant an opinion, but Michael, I've no idea what it was, mate. I didn't see you get timed out. If you wouldn't mind, Michael, could you re-put the comment in for me, mate, so I know, or just repost it so I know what it was, because I do like to give everybody a fair crack of the whip, and it wasn't me, mate. That as you can see, it was the mods and not me. But I like to let people have an opinion, mate, on here, so please do repost it, and I just want to have a read of what it was. What have we got? Bloody hope the Champions League final this year is Ajax versus Porto, just for the absolute bants. Look, I'm not gonna lie, if we don't win the Champions League, I'd fucking love Ajax to win the Champions League. Oh, it'd just be a wonderful story, wouldn't it? I'm doing really well, thank you, Blake. Okay. No. I know where you were timed out now, mate. You don't need to repost it in. And you were fully correctly timed out for what you said. And it wasn't just once. You repeatedly posted it, so... yes, Michael, you were timed out correctly. I've just been alerted as to what it was, so... I stand over the mods, and I thank them for doing that, because it was right. I said you're fully entitled to your opinion, which you are. You posted that opinion, and it's on the whole thing around the Michael Jackson or Kelly scenario. So, look, we'll leave it at that. An hour earlier, yes, I am a little bit earlier tonight. I just had a bit of time, so I said I'd come on earlier. Crack on at 66 subs. Woo woo! 66. Oh, that sounds so funny, doesn't it? 66 subs. Hopefully we'll get that to 100. That would be nice over the summer. It's gonna be so weird, guys, starting another channel from scratch. You know that? It's gonna be so fucking weird. We've worked so hard on here to get the beautiful little community we have, and starting Crack On from scratch. It's gonna be so hard, but it'll be fun at the same time. By the way, the R. Kelly thing, I can be much clearer on. The R. Kelly definitely is a dirty little paedophile. There's no two ways about that. There's no opinions, if, ands, or buts about that. R. Kelly 100% had sex with underage kids. This is not even my fucking opinion. He did. It is blatant. It is proven. It is there. I don't give a shit what the courts say. I've seen the fucking videos. Yeah, he did. There's no two ways about that. Anybody who thinks otherwise, in my opinion, is being blind. Did the man make good music? Yes, of course he did. Both of them did. But I gave you my opinion on Michael Jackson, which was just an opinion. With R. Kelly, I'd go as far as to say it's past my opinion. It's just a matter of fucking fact that he had sex with underage children. I don't even like having that conversation. I don't even like talking about that. It's, yeah. Look, I'm not going to go on a rant. You've had enough of my rants, ladies and gents. I'm not going to go on another one. To be honest, Michael Jackson's documentary has more compelling evidence. Can't wait for crack on, said Bobby. Thank you. Hopefully we'll be at 10k this time next week, said Red Hulk. Do you know what? I'm going to say we're not going to make it. Unfortunately. I think we're going to come up just short. We've 2 games to go, so we need 360 odd subscribers to get to 10k by the end of Wednesday night, but it's looking like we'll miss out by 100 or 2, unfortunately, but hey, that's okay. Is R. Kelly Irish American? I don't know. I honestly don't know his background, mate. I don't know where his family are from. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know too much about him, to be fair. I've watched the. Look, I don't even want to be talking about R. Kelly and Michael Jackson. I mean, yeah, it's all over the media. You can watch it at your heart's content. Crack on. No, John, it's spelled Craicon. It's like Craig and Connor squished together. That's what the channel's called. I'll put it in again, just so in case anybody missed it the first time. So new. Okay, so there you go. I put it in there. The new channel name is Crack On. Craicon. It's like Craig and Connor squished together. Craig Rant Show. Oh, mate, when you see the topics we're going to talk about, I have very strong opinions on a lot of stuff in life. And that's basically what this channel is going to be about. I'll tell you, give you an example. Myself and Connor, we didn't get into a row the other day, because me and Connor don't really row, to be fair, but we had a heated debate over a website that Connor found that ranked the most famous names. So let's say Craig as an example. It ranks the most famous Craigs in the world from 1 to whatever. So you can go on there and see who's the most famous Craig. And it's just little things like that I could just get so worked up about. And topics like snowflakes and reverse discrimination and just so many things I want to talk about and get people's opinions on. And I want to get panels together for shows. And I want to do video podcasts. I want to go over and meet up with people in the UK and Scotland, or where, well, the UK is Scotland and Wales. I meant England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, into Europe. I want to bring people over here. I want to build a room in my backyard to turn into a studio. Yeah, so much to do. Lots and lots of plans for the future. Are people saying Dublin for 5 in a row? Well, I am. Damn right, I am. Even though I live in Wexford now, I'll always be a dub. Craig Fairbrass. I don't know what that means. Blue, you've lost me. I don't know what Fairbrass means. Sorry. I've supported this club for over half my life and only been to Anfield once because travelling is expensive and tickets to a game are expensive. Yes, October, they really are, mate, and especially for you coming all the way over from America. I was going to say from where you're from, but I didn't want to give out your city because I don't know if you have or not, but all the way over from the States, it is expensive. But that doesn't change the amount of commitment that you and other American and Australian and New Zealand and Asian Reds put in every single week. People forget that, and that's why I love this community so much, and that's why I'm so passionate about being an advocate for overseas fans, because October and many other people in America, Canada, Australia, as I've said, all the countries around the world, they get up at ridiculous o'clock to watch games, or they stay up really late in the night to watch Liverpool games. They travel sometimes an hour and a half to a supporters club to watch games with people. They make more, or if not as many, sacrifices as people like me who used to go over 5 or 6 times a season. I won't say as the Reds that travel every week to the game up and down the country, because that's a hell of a lot of money that's spent and a lot of hours that are spent by people travelling around as well, and they're amazing people. The travelling KLOPP are fantastic, and I won't have a word said against them. But we can't overlook the overseas Reds. I'll never belittle them. I'll never talk down about them because I love them. I love the passion they show for our club. I've done podcasts before with supporters clubs all around America, and hearing the stories about how they go to bars at 6 a.m, 6:30 a.m, and they have to get special permission from the owners of the bars to open up to serve breakfast to watch Liverpool playing. It's outstanding, and some of the stories I've heard have been inspiring. The Irish Joe Rogan, that would be the dream, mate. Joe Rogan is my he's one of my heroes in life, but he's certainly my hero when it comes to putting content out into the world. He's probably the most powerful as well. I love Joe Rogan. So you're trying to copy Mark Goldbridge, at least be real. In what sense am I trying to copy Mark Goldbridge, mate? I'd love to know your thoughts on this, because I didn't realise that Mark Goldbridge owns YouTube, and that Mark Goldbridge owns football on YouTube, and that Mark Goldbridge owns opinions. I didn't realise that. I didn't realise that Mark Goldbridge wasn't copying, say, True Geordie, who has multiple channels, or anybody else. I mean, copy Mark Goldbridge and what, Johnny? You have the opportunity to go to games, that's my point, others don't, you choose not to. No, Johnny, I don't, mate, because I can't get a fucking ticket. You give me a ticket and I'll be at the game next week. But if you want to come on here and have a go, and I've seen the Revenites just deleted your comments, mate, have a go. But to say we're copying Mark Goldbridge, and Mark Goldbridge is brilliant, by the way, won't have a word said against the guy, does amazing work. But fuck you, don't ever come on and justify anything that I do, or feel that I have to justify to you what I do, Johnny, because Johnny the Messiah as well. What a fucking pathetic name, mate. To be a Messiah, people have to follow you, mate. And I would say your dog wouldn't even follow you to the fucking shops. You seem like that much of a sad fuck. But, mate, as I said, come on my channel, you'll see that I'm a lot different to Mark Goldbridge. A lot different. Mark Goldbridge has set a standard, and I'm not going to lie about that. He's fantastic at what he does, and I won't have a word said against him. I'm a big fan of Mark Goldbridge's stuff. I hate the club he supports. I fucking despise them. But he's a good guy. He's a very good guy. But I'm completely different to Mark Goldbridge. He's a lot more measured and calm and composed than I am. I'm a ranting, bald, overweight fuck who says what the fuck I want, when I want, however I want, about whoever the fuck I want, and I won't be backed down by anybody. So to compare me to Mr. Goldbridge, I'll actually take it as a fucking compliment, to be fair. But to say I'm copying him is just all kinds of wrong, because I do things completely different to Mark Goldbridge. He has a brilliant way about him. He makes fantastic content. He draws people in. He's very witty. He's very clever. He's got some great phrases as well. And a lot of our fans on here are fans of him as well, and I can understand why. As I said, nothing but love for Mark Goldbridge. But I ain't Mark fucking Goldbridge. I'm a long way from Mark Goldbridge. What have we got? That ref involved in the first decided City Watford game should be ashamed. Terrible Watford starting 11. 7 changes, I believe, Michael. 7 changes, pal. Craig, that's his second account. He called you a shit fan and you insult viewers. He can kiss my fucking nuts is what he can do. I guarantee you Johnny wouldn't say that to my face, because it would, to be fair, it would be the last fucking thing Johnny said. That's the thing about me on here. People are great behind their keyboards. I've said it once, I'll fucking say it again. If anybody has anything to say to me, I will give you a fucking platform to say it. Just ask. I will bring you on and give you an opportunity to tell me why I'm a cunt, and I will sit back and I will listen, and then I will make a fucking show of you. It's as simple as that. I don't like people hiding behind keyboards. I don't like people hiding behind fake accounts. If you want to have a pop at me, come on, use your real name, let's go on video, let's see who the fuck you are, and I will let you abuse me and call me anything that you fucking want, but I refuse to let people do it from behind the anonymity of a keyboard. Grow a pair of big boy balls and come on. And this platform is open to anybody. Absolutely, except DT, because he can kiss my ass. But other than that, it's open to anybody. So sorry that Johnny, what a stupid comment. Don't worry about it, mate. You have to deal with these type of idiots in the world, and they're all cowards, all pissy little cowards that think they're great behind keyboards. And there's about, to be honest, right, I'm not even gonna lie, there's about, I want to be on the low side, there's about 15 people who have told me that when I arrive at Anfield in May, they're going to be waiting for me to kick fuck out of me. I am going to live vlog my entire fucking trip to Liverpool in May, and I will welcome anybody to show up. Anyone. You want to kick fuck out of me, you want to give a Billy big bollocks on social media, and you know who you are hiding behind accounts. I will live vlog my entire fucking trip to Liverpool, and not one of you piss ants will fucking show up because you're all cowardly little fucks. You know it. I know it. The world will know it when nothing happens, because I'll fucking march around Liverpool like I always do, supporting my club, meeting people, shaking hands, saying hello, and having a ball. And all the death threats, and I do get them, by the way. I do get them, folks. I just don't give people a platform to tell you about them. I receive emails with them. I receive messages with them. We receive messages on Twitter with them. I get nothing but abuse on there. But it doesn't bother me, because I come on here. I've had fun with you guys. I love chatting with you. And I never take anything serious. If somebody wants to fucking come and have a go at me, they do it to my face. Other words, kiss my ass. Hide behind the keyboard, you're a fucking pissant, and I want nothing to do with you. You want to have a go at me? Grow a pair and step up. What else have we got? What's your problem with DT? Alright, I'm going to say this calmly. My problem with DT is that he's a cowardly little bully. No, not to me. DT's never done it. He doesn't even know who I am, most likely. He's never done a damn thing on me. But I've seen videos of him, Snapchats, telling people, little kids, that they're nonsense, and that he earns more in a week than their dad does in a year, and just belittling people just for the sake of it, and mouthing all the time, and bad mouthing people, and bad mouthing Mark Goldbridge and loads of stuff. He's just a dickhead. That's my problem with DT. He's a dickhead. Yeah, simple as that. He's a dickhead that just tries to be argumentative, detrimental, he has actually made a fucking living out of being a mouthy little fuck, but every single time it's put up to him, or somebody stands up to him, he runs off like the cowardly little bitch that he is. And yeah, there you go. That's, you asked what my problem with DT is. That's it. I have no issues with Robbie or anybody else that works at Arsenal Fan TV, because I don't know them, nor do I know DT. But he's an asshole. It's as simple as that. He is an asshole. Craig, would you do a meet and greet in Liverpool? That's the plan, mate. Although meet and greet sounds a bit big-headed. No, I just want to meet people to say hello and say thank you for supporting the channel. That's why I want to meet people in Liverpool. It's just say thank you to you. Not so people can come and say hello to me or Connor. We want to say hello to you guys and say thank you for your support, because it means the fucking world to us. Without you people coming on here every night, making this a brilliant platform for people to share their thoughts, and giving us your wonderful insights, your humour, your support and your love, this wouldn't exist. We know it, and me and Connor appreciate it every single night. We're forever talking about how much we appreciate our subscribers and what a great group it is. So yeah, woe betide anybody that comes in here and think that they can take the piss out of our subscribers or us, because it ain't going to work out too well for them. They're pussies, Craig. The Lancastrians will welcome you with open arms. Lancastrians, I think we're meant to say, is it? Look, Gary, I've been to Liverpool loads of times, mate. They're all full of shit. I've only ever had wonderful experiences in Liverpool as a city. Met some fantastic people. The Scousers are the most warm, friendly, welcoming people you could wish to meet. And I'll never say a bad word about them. But there's loads of people that just like to give it the big one on social media. Oh, you're dead when you come over here. Oh, you won't want to show your face around Anfield. Fuck you. You paid to see me in DT. Look, the offer has always been open. I said it before. I'm happy to raise money for charity around the whole DT thing. I know it's been done to death. Look, it's been done to death. Blue collar box and all that shit's been done to death. But yeah, look, he's a coward. He's a mouthy little coward. I was interested to see that Mark Goldbridge actually stood beside him, because somebody sent me a screenshot of the two of them doing the preview, I think it was. As I said before, Mark has much more patience than me in the world, because there's no way, if he spoke about me the way he spoke about Mark Goldbridge, if I was Mark Goldbridge, there's no way I'd be standing there. I'll be there in Liverpool. I'll bring you a pack of Diet Chavs, said the Revenai. Defo do. I'm going to get Connor to buy somebody a pint as well, because I've yet to see Connor's wallet. I don't even know if it exists. It could be an urban myth. Don't mess with the Irish. Look, I've said it before. I am the quietest person you'll meet. I never look for trouble, ever. I don't start. I'm not a fighter. I just amn't. I'm just not that type of person. I like to go and enjoy myself and have fun. Never. I'm not an aggro person whatsoever. Don't think I'm a hard man. Far from it. 99% of this world would kick fuck out of me, but I don't back down to cowards, and I don't back down to bullies. I just don't do it. I refuse to do it. I'd rather have myself kicked up and down the street than back down to somebody. It's just not going to happen. Craig, you're a legend. Love the channel. Thank you, Aidan. Thank you for your kind words. We could sign James Ward-Prowse, said Douglas. Guy looks like a baller and a free kick taker. Thanks for that rant. Cracked me up. Put a smile back on my face. Did you watch the Anthony Yard fight? I didn't, Kevin. No, unfortunately, mate. I'm good. There's a fight on tonight at 2 a.m. I think. I think Sky have a show with Eddie Hearn from New York at 2 a.m. I think. Connor said he's buying me a drink, said October. Oh, mate, can I get it? I want to video it if that's alright. I want to video Connor buying you a drink because, I just want to make sure that it actually happened so I have proof about it. I'm going to Liverpool for the final day, said LFC Mane. I hope we get to meet up, mate, and say hello. You would not say it to DT's face. Oh, I fucking promise you I would. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I tell him he's a gobshite to his face? Give me one reason, Lanzini passed, why I wouldn't tell DT that I think he's a gobshite to his face. And if the answer is because he'd kick fuck out of me, that ain't going to happen. Because he's just a big bag of hot wind. That's all he is. You really don't know me at all, mate. Oh, you're Manchester, or you're sorry, you're not a Manchester City. You're a West Ham fan, so you don't know me. To be fair, that's okay. But I promise you, I would. I promise you, I would. When DT showed up, Mark asked the video get cut, and then said, "If you rewind it, you can see him coming out of his pocket." I think they may have spoke off camera. Look, whatever they did is their own business. I mean, Mark Goldbridge and DT have the right to talk about their own stuff in their own way. I'm not getting involved in that. Yeah, that's not my business. Somebody asked me my opinion on DT, and I gave it. I didn't start this show ranting about DT. I just gave my honest opinion on him. I don't like him. Why are you always angry? Might be because I've got thrown a little pricks like you, mate, coming in and asking me stupid fucking questions, but you got to change your name when we sign Lanzini, by the way, to Liverpool. I was wondering about that when I seen your name, Lanzini's pass. Or will you just support Liverpool then, maybe? I don't know. I'm just an angry person, maybe, mate. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I need anger management. I'll work on it, just for you. Do you know what I was surprised about actually when I seen the images of Mark Goldbridge and DT standing beside each other? I was actually either I'm undervaluing the height of Mark Goldbridge or I'm overvaluing the height of DT. But height wise, Mark looked at least on par, maybe an inch taller. What's anybody else think? Did he look an inch taller than DT, or maybe I assume Mark Goldbridge was a little bit smaller. Maybe he's taller than I thought. You're such a good man to the Liverpool community, and I think you do really well. Pay no attention to the haters. Come on the show. You look, Joe. To be honest, mate, when you come on a platform like this and you speak openly, like you put yourself out there, I knew it's par for the course. Of course, there's going to be people that don't like you. There's going to be people that don't want you to succeed, and I'm going to rub people up the wrong way at times. That's my personality. Yeah. That's who I am, unfortunately, and I'm aware of that. And it's probably going to cost me in the long term. It's probably going to cost the channel subscribers. It's probably going to cost us success. It's definitely going to cost us sponsorship and money. But I don't know how to do this other than be me. I couldn't come on and be false. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to keep up the act. I'm not clever enough. You do your own live stream. I hope, mate. I hope it's doing really well for you. I really do. If you've ever, you could be 20 fucking times bigger than me for all I know, Joe. But all I'm saying, buddy, is I'm always around. If you've any questions or if you want to have a chat or buzz about doing live streams, mate, I'm always around. Subi, I might not be able to come to Liverpool last days. We've got to take, mate. You don't worry about it, buddy. You just keep on being awesome, Subi. And it's been brilliant to have you in the chat all the time, mate. Isle said, I'd love to see DT's reaction if I was in front of him. As in, Isle, not me. I was just reading out a comment. Used to be a hater of Man United, but watching you and Goldbridge showed me we can have a rivalry and despise each other, but with mutual respect to Cape Town Muslim. Look, I'm not going to lie, and I've had this conversation with Mark before. When this stream started, I absolutely despised Mark Goldbridge. And I've had this conversation with Mark because I seen the Mark Goldbridge from 9 months ago. The Mark Goldbridge that belittled Liverpool fans and Scousers. The Mark Goldbridge that was angrier towards opposition fans. Mark Goldbridge then softened up a little bit, and I thought it was fake. I've got to be honest, I thought it was fake. But then I spoke to him. I got to know him a little bit. I watched more of his stuff, and I seen, do you know what? He just genuinely did realise that it didn't need to be that way, and that he can be a bit more open and a bit more fun and a bit more welcoming of opposition fans, because he started rightly appreciating that opposition fans actually liked what he was doing, that they thought he had good things to say. And Mark Goldbridge has been nothing but a help to me since I've done this, and I'll always credit him for that one, and I thank him for all of his advice and his time. He didn't have to reach out. He's fucking infinitely bigger than we'll ever be, but he did, and he brought us on, and I've had conversations with him offline. And he is a really good guy. That's all I can say. And that's not false. He is a really good guy. But I still can't believe he's taller than DT. That shocked me. I'm not even going to lie. That shocked me when I seen that one. DT looked even funnier on the Blood Brothers bullshit. I don't know what that is, mate. Sorry. I feel bad for you keep getting mean messages. Bobby, it's par for the course, mate. I'm not the only one. Mark gets them, I'm sure. DT must get them. Robbie must get them. The Red Men TV lads must get them. Everybody must get them. It's just par for the course. It's just, when you put yourself out there, you're going to be judged, and some people aren't going to like you. It's alright. But most people are respectful. 99% of the people are respectful. Blake, pleasure, mate. I'll catch up with you soon. I live in California and wake up at 5 a.m. after working 16 hours a day, but I'll keep doing it until I'm dead, said the Crawdad 84. Mate, honestly, mate, you're a proper fan. Well done. That's commitment, mate. I tip my hat to you, I really do. Fakir, get to Liverpool, you bastard, said Ewan McGoldrick. Love it, mate. Craig, on LFC TV, seen my mate's dad, age 15, he's now 83. Wow. I don't think I'll see 83 if I'm being honest. And still a red. Wow, what a man. What a fan. Where we go? So, Jesus. Craig, you do a fantastic job on this channel. Keep up the good work. Screw the haters, keyboard warriors. That's all they are, mate. Thank you, Douglas James Horn, mate. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the kind words. And mostly, mate, thank you for all your support on the channel. What area do you do your live streams in? As I'm doing mine in my room. I do it in my bedroom. Yeah, I do it in my bedroom, Joe. My setup is really weird, right? So I'm basically just at the end of my bed. I've got a computer table, I've got a monitor, my laptop is on my bed on a pillow with wires running across to the monitor. I've got my mic on the table then as well. I've got a wireless keyboard and mouse. I've got a ring light that's behind me right now. The image that you can see there, that is a green screen that's sitting on top of a radiator. Yeah, so that's it. It's just a little bedroom setup, buddy. And that's it. That's what I use. Hopefully we're going to build an extension or a room out in our backyard that we can turn into a proper studio. That will double up as a play space for my kids as well, of course. But that's the plan. Mark Goldbridge supports Forest. He doesn't. He really doesn't. What else we got? Piatek has now joined top goal scorer in Italy. He reminds me a lot of Lewandowski. Probably based his game off due to being Polish. He's had a great start at AC Milan, hasn't he? He really has. 6-0 to the Reds, said Liverpool Football Club. Lars, how are we, sir? Do you watch other leagues? Yes, I do. Expisto. I watch Serie A. I watch La Liga, the Bundesliga. None of them religiously. You know, I'm just a fan of football, so I watch as many games as I can. Just read in the Mirror, Liverpool prepared to bump up Virgil's wages to ward off Barcelona. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, does Virgil van Dijk deserve a pay rise? Yeah, probably. He's probably the best defender in the world at the moment. Bobby, my phone's at 10%, but I'm still going to watch until I have to come off. Bobby, mate, thank you so much. You've been really nice on this stream, mate. Thank you. Good night to everyone, mate. I'll talk to you soon. Hey, Craig, I've got terrible insomnia. Got to stay up all night. I'll pass time watching your live streams. Well, look, mate, hopefully I hope the insomnia works itself out for you and you get some sleep. Sleep is vitally important for your health, mate. But thank you. I'm glad you're watching the streams. I do appreciate that. Craig, last weekend at my Sunday league match, we had some Muslim players who play for us, and the parents, as they're leaving the match, got attacked. That's disgusting, Subi. That is disgusting. Especially if it was because of their religion, mate. That is. I'm so sorry to hear that, mate. Please pass on my love to all of them. I hope your team has a good season as well, buddy. Ever been to Longford? Yes, of course I have, Keane. Of course I have. Lots of times actually. Smut Beer said all eyes at the wheel. Good luck tomorrow, mate, against Arsenal. Yeah, I don't really have a thought process on who I want to win. All I want United to do for us is to take points off Man City. Looking forward to the game. It's 1 a.m. in New Zealand. Hope Chris Wood doesn't score. I used to play with him back in the day. Wow. Nice one, Louis Roberts. Even though I played football at a really high level, internationally and stuff as a youth, I didn't really play with too many people. Like Duffer, yes. Robbie Keane I played against when he played for Tallaght Town. I think it was Tallaght Town. But yeah, no, never really crossed paths with played with too many. But yeah, look, 1 a.m. That's amazing, mate. What are you gonna do, Lou? Are you gonna go right on through, mate? You gonna have a few drinks? You gonna go right on through, or are you gonna get some rest and get up for the game? Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is not back next week, Sean Luke. He played for the under-23s yesterday. He played 40 minutes. Then he pulled. Well, he didn't pull his hamstring. That's completely false. He felt his hamstring a little bit, so they took him off as a precaution. I'd say probably 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even a little bit longer before he starts getting back to the first team. Right, ladies and gents, I think I'm going to call it a night there. There was too many rants on this stream. I'm so sorry. There was too many rants. There was a rant about DT, which somebody asked about. I'm just not going to answer questions on DT anymore. I think you've all know my opinion at this point. I don't need to ram it home. I'm not trying to bait DT into a conversation because I don't want to have anything to do with the fucker, so I've no interest in talking to him. So I'll keep away from DT from now on. I'll just ignore any questions on him. Sean Luke Doherty, I'm thinking of doing a channel on autism. Wow, what an idea, mate. I wish you every success with it. The more autism awareness that can get out into the world, the better. I was diagnosed at 33, I think. 33 or 34. Yeah, so the more awareness, and to be honest, before I was diagnosed and my son was diagnosed, I knew very little about autism. So yeah, brilliant, mate. Wish you every success with it. Arsenal 2, United 2, said Pranav. And just by the way, in case anyone's wondering what I'm talking about here, I don't really talk about it that much, but I have Asperger's. I have a 7-year-old son, and I openly talk about the fact that my 7-year-old son is autistic, but the Asperger's thing I don't really say too much because I don't ever want it to be used as an excuse. I'm who I am because who I am. I say what I say because I say what I say. I don't hide behind anything. I own up to anything that I say. But yeah, just in case anybody was wondering what I'm on about, yes, I was diagnosed with Asperger's at 33 or 34. Anfield Agenda, best YouTuber ever. Thank you. That's really kind of you. I definitely amn't, but thank you. Ever been to Meath? Damn right. I had my Debs in Meath, Tom, in Dunshaughlin. In the Vortex. That was the nightclub's name, actually. Hey Craig, you better not show your face in Liverpool. I think I will though, Craig. I think I will. I mean, Liverpool needs to see this. They do. Do you think Klopp will ground us if we don't get an early night? I'd say he's watching the channel right now and he's fuming at us all being on here. McGregor fan, thoughts on the Khabib fight? Yes, I'm a McGregor fan, and thoughts on the Khabib fight was that Khabib taught McGregor a lesson. He looked hungrier than Conor, um, and deserved his win wholeheartedly. Yeah, it was 100% deserved. Right, I don't think there's anything else. I think we've gone through it all. I don't know what you're saying. The T aimed at me, Craig. Pablo, I have no idea what that is. See people having a little go at Craig West, and he's only messing. Like he's not being serious. Like. Oh no, that wasn't aimed at you, mate. That was aimed at me. What else have we got? I also Dortmund fan, can't get enough of Klopp. I guess. What's your opinion on their chances to win the Bundesliga? I'm not positive about it at this moment in time, mate. After them letting Munich back in, I suppose a lot could come. They have to play Munich, don't they? They've one more game against Munich. I think that maybe that might have a lot to say about it. But they're level on points now, as I'm sure you know. Bayern Munich ahead and goal difference. So look, they've as good a chance to win it as we do, I suppose, to win the Premier League. Craig Westentiller was diagnosed with ADHD at age 33. There you go, mate. I mean, I'm guessing Craig were not dissimilar in age here, but yeah, our generations, it wasn't picked up on as much because awareness wasn't there. So the more awareness, the better. Yeah, I know when I was diagnosed, it changed my life. It absolutely everything made sense. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Me going to go. You're 47, Craig. Thank you. You're 10 years older than me. I feel like a younger now. I feel like a kid. Broke your ankle. You're in hospital. Send me a card. Jesus, I hope you're okay, VA. I hope you at least got some nice painkillers to help you through and you're not feeling pain, because that's the last thing you need to be doing is in pain. But rest up, mate, and get well soon. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call that a night. It's been a long stream, actually, even though we started early. We'll be live from 11:30 tomorrow morning, so I hope you can join us for the watch along. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. You'll be in with a chance of winning a few goodies next week. Thank you to everybody as always. I really appreciate your time, your love, your patience, your understanding, your comments, and everything that you do for the channel. So thank you, and I will catch up with you all at 11:30 tomorrow. So until then, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, and up the motherfucking Reds.